Plaintiff Jody Young claims she gave the defendant space to get herself back together after her hardships, but then her friend ghosted her on car and watch payments. She's suing for $5,000. Defendant Chelsey Eves says while grieving the loss of her dad, she couldn't have been expected to make 2 car payments. Plus, she lost the watch. What's the big deal?
I understand here, you used to be friends, but Jody, you are suing Chelsey for a car that you loaned her, and there's also an Apple Watch that is involved in this, and you say she owes you money. You're suing her for $5,000.
How you doing, Your Honor? Due to Mrs. Chelsey being irresponsible, I had to pull out of my 401k to try to get stuff handled. Basically, we met around 2018.
Yeah.
We used to work together. We became real close as best friends. We call each other best friends.
Yep.
She had some things going on in her life. She lost a car, her house, or home, and then she also lost her job. So me being a great friend, like, hey, I got all of this. I can help you out.
So you invited her to stay at your home?
Correct. Also, while she was there, I also loaned her my car. I had an extra car because I had just got one. So I'm like, okay, well, you can use this car, just take over the payments and put insurance on it. And then, I mean, we can do it like that. Yeah. She agreed on it.
Okay.
So as time went by, she just started getting late payments. I started getting calls from the car company.
Sure.
As well as her reaching out to me, telling me that the car got cut off.
How many months did she have the car?
About 6 months.
Did the payments ever stop?
Yes. She missed 2 car payments. The first time they ended up cutting the car off, I got a phone call from her, hey, the car's cut off. I'm like, okay, are you gonna pay it? Or she's like, I don't have it, or whatever. Then I was like, okay, well, you can give me the car back. Like, if you can't handle it, give me the car back. I can handle my own payments. She went ghost on me. I didn't hear from her. I kept on kind of like trying to reach out to her. Then all of a sudden, Miss Chelsey had a new car on social media.
Me and Jody were friends, real close, you know. Within the course of our friendship, I moved to Texas. I moved back from Texas because my dad was sick. And then he later, you know, passed away. So I came back with my own vehicle, which got took.
Did you make all the payments?
Yes, I was making payments until I got my own vehicle, so I can't make 2 car payments, so I had to stop.
I understand, but
didn't reach out to me.
You could have driven the car back to her house.
She came to my job to get the vehicle. So.
After a week of trying to get in contact with her, my car wouldn't have got repoed if I would have got in contact with her sooner to go get my vehicle. I left her alone for 2 months after her dad passed. And I told her, hey, I know you're going through a lot.
But I didn't have the car for 6 months.
I'm still here as your friend. I know we still got our differences, but I'm still here. You just lost a parent. You know, I'm not a shady person. So I was still trying to be there for her.
And predator.
At some point, you knew inside that the payments were being made just to protect yourself. Why wouldn't you have immediately made those payments and then go over and get the car from her?
Because at this point, she didn't tell me that she couldn't make it. She just said, hey, I'm going to be late.
Yeah, but
so,
how many months was it late?
It wasn't months late. She missed 2 payments. They're every 2-week payments.
Okay, so if she missed
month,
2 in a row, and you also knew that she had lost her dad, but you don't want to get the car repossessed.
Right.
If she's not making the payments, make the payment, take the car back.
Before I went to get the car, I did not know how far she was behind until I actually got the car, and I called them because I reached out to her and I said, hey, where's the car now? I was asking her, is it cut off? It took days, 2 days, send her eyes like, hey, what's going on? Now it's at my house. This is the 11th. I gave her a call. Where do you stay? I don't know anything. I don't know where she stayed. Fortunately, I don't have a phone number. This is Facebook messages. Like, I don't have no way of contacting her.
My number is still the same.
No, well,
I didn't block.
I just,
when you, like I said, when you're dealing with a death or whatever, you pull back from whatever. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in foster care. You know, I'm not used to, you know, all that extra.
I understand.
You know.
Okay, I understand how all these things happen. I'm just trying to resolve how we can fairly resolve this. Let's go now to the watch. I understand with a friend going through tough times, hey, you need a car because you got to be able to get to work, you got to get around. An Apple Watch, it's not a necessity. You give someone a Apple Watch, which is lovely. You kind of got to know that that's a gift.
No, it's on
you
an
said
account that we made payments. We made monthly payments.
Where is the agreement before you gave it to her that she would pay for the watch? Because it's not your watch, it's her watch.
I paid for it.
You paid for it, but
Because
the agreement was she
payments.
was, right?
Right, but she don't make payments. It's on my account. If the payments don't
I
make payments, they're
understand.
gonna cut my phone. She lost the watch. And that's why she stopped paying for it. She act like she don't need to pay for it because she lost it. Even
That's
though you
not
lose
why I
it,
stopped.
doesn't mean that you can't pay for your watch. You
I was
made
making a
one
payment.
payment. You made
I was sending
one
payments from
payment.
Texas.
How much was the watch?
$529.99.
In the beginning, she was making payments?
No. She made,
She
she made one payment on the Apple Watch. She lost the watch a month later.
Oh, you knew it wasn't a gift because you made a payment.
Yeah, we had this. Yeah.
Oh, well, then that part of the case is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because you do owe for what that. Oh, okay. So there's no defense there. Good. Now.
I can get up here a lot.
I love when you give me an easy case. Okay. Now, on the car, the only thing that changed in your situation was that you let her use the car in exchange for her making the payments. When you took that niceness of her and you agreed to make the payments, for those 6 months, it comes to approximately $2,160. I know you sued for $5,000. I think you're entitled to the payments that she should have been making while she had the car for a 6-month period. I fine for the plaintiff in the sum of $2,640.
I told her to come pick up the vehicle, and after I told her to come get that, I felt like it was not my responsibility anymore to take payments after that.
I mean, it was pretty much fair. I should have basically probably took responsibility as I seen it get out of hand to go get the vehicle, but at that point, I really didn't know where she was or anything like that, and I didn't have a point of contact.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.